Hey kids, you like that rock and roll?
Don't worry, don't be afraid, never. This is just a ride.
On the program this evening,
Four Brothers Podcast.
We're not so different then, Leslie. It's just pissed out. It's so stupid. So silly, guys.
Welcome to the Four Brors Podcast. Today's guest is Northern Irish comedian and legend James McKegney.
Hey!
Thank you for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.
Yeah, really appreciate it, man.
Like
Thank you very much.
Interviewed for a job position at the Raw. Like, it's very weird. Has everyone said that? Like, no.
No. That's a new one.
Yes,
Everybody has like a different one.
Yeah.
Like Shane Todd said, I feel like I'm being interviewed by four cold blind boys.
Oh, yeah.
Here, you know, we'll have like a competition. Who said
And
the best
someone
one?
said they
Yes.
feel like they're here because I haven't paid their tech bill.
Their tech bill?
You know, like their drug bill.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's very surreal setup, but yes, I'm glad I got that one in. Original.
Yeah.
It's good.
I was thinking about that the whole way over. I was like, I'll say it. That'll be awesome.
Which one? That's brilliant. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Fucking class, mate.
Let's talk about this comedian's boxing, because what struck me first of all was the hilarious name you've got.
Yes, it's James Peg Me McKegney. Yeah. It was my mate Peter come up with that. He just dropped it. I was like,
That's brilliant.
fucking genius.
That's
Like,
the one.
Brilliant.
yeah, that's the one.
Brilliant.
Yeah, dude.
Do you have anything like with that on it?
No, do you know what? I haven't actually worked out any costume or anything yet, but I need to. Like, everyone's getting like personalized shorts and stuff.
Yeah, shit
You
like
can get a top, or you can go like shirtless if you want. So you want to get the bod rocking before it, so I might go
Pull
flat.
yourself up.
Yeah, dude. I want to just get real in Darren's head, and he's like, "Is he going to fight me or attempt to fuck me here?" I don't know.
Just don't know. Keep them guessing.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be a good time, and then walkout music's going to be Electric Six, Gay Bar.
Yeah, boy.
One of the hardest songs of all time.
I love that
It is
song.
genuinely such a tune.
That is a good song.
I love
It
Electric
literally
Six.
stays. You know, it doesn't get old. That one, like,
No.
you know,
Yeah,
that
it's
one
the riffs
stayed
that
for
are
so long. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's like it's not like that's the kind of that was a different time when that song was
Nostalgia,
released,
like,
you know. But it was like, could you get away with releasing that today? Do you think?
Yeah,
that same
I'd
song.
say so,
I
yeah.
fuck, you can say anything,
hilarious.
you know.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that goes over the line.
No, that's really good.
That
like.
one's fine.
Talking about starting a nuclear war at the gay bar and shit like that. It's just stuff people do at the gay bar. It's what goes down. It's factual.
Speaking about gay bars, Martin's gay,
Alright, yep.
and
And he doesn't go to bars.
I'm supposed to be the only guy in the room, lad. Fuck's sake.
I'm the only guy in the
They
village.
took away my one thing.
I wanted to bring it up.
You turned straight.
I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, I just flip around sometimes.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up later, like, but Martin like came out like a while ago, but he just doesn't explore it.
Right.
I'm not really both. You know, I'm kind of like just both. You know what I mean? I just like both genders, really. You know?
Well, let's explore it right now on camera. Let's do it. Let's get this thing.
I'm
Let's rocking.
Get my popcorn.
Get your ass up in the air, Martin. Get the oil. Yeah.
Just went quiet there after that.
No, that's fine. So, see that clip I seen of you saying you were going straight?
Yeah, dude.
Was that just a joke, obviously?
I can't even remember. What did I say? Oh, I turned straight now. Yeah.
You're just like, that's it. I'm going to try.
Yeah, it was just going to be a thing. It was just going to be a thing. I was like, every episode, I'll be like, I'm straight. And I'm like, oh, I'm gay again. Damn it. And then I just forgot to ever continue it. I was like, that would have been good. Got no consistency at all.
Very good.
But
Man.
yeah.
Very fucking good.
It's, what's the best gay bar in Belfast?
There's that whole street. You've got Maverick. You've got the Boom Bar. It is a good night. I think, is there any nightclubs in Belfast? Other that are popping?
haven't been
See,
for a night out.
see, when I used to go out, it was like uni days.
Yeah.
And that was so long ago. So the only two that I had ever went to was obviously the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Right? And then Milk.
Milk.
Is that what it was called?
No, I've never even heard
Is that
of
what it was called? Years ago, like 2008 or
hilarious.
2009. And it was way out by, like, you know, near the Odyssey and all.
Right.
Way out there somewhere.
I didn't even know about that.
Milk or something. Do you
I
remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah, it had like 2 floors to it. Do you remember?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, I think it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I don't
definitely,
think so. But I'm not a big nightclub guy, to be honest. Like,
No, neither are we,
I'll
no,
go
like-
every so often, but I've just become, I'm like, 30 now, it's just become instantly boring. I'm like, I can't be asked
Unless you've
Yeah, we're the
got like
same.
a pocket full of drugs or something like that. And you're 20 years old.
Yeah, but I feel like that shows how like shit being at a nightclub actually is. That you have to be like borderline disabled of the mind to even find it enjoyable. Like,
100%.
Like,
I don't think I've ever been sober in a nightclub. Like,
Imagine trying to sit there sober, or even not even sober, but just have a few drinks.
oh, man, disaster, lad.
There's no way.
No, you need to have a plan. You need to have drugs and a plan to get your hole.
And do you know what? Fuck all that shit.
there's no
couldn't be
old,
arsed.
there's no like
Fuck
old,
all that shit. Says the guy who wants to fucking buy a bag of cocaine and go out and fucking sniff it. And
I said it one time. It was a joke. And I'm being persecuted months later. Like,
we're serious.
I just,
like
I just
the-
suggested.
It was just a suggestion.
Fucking
scumbag.
Christ, boys.
I feel like
Oh my
those
God.
nightclubs, there's never like a veteran, like some old guy just sitting at the bar, like, damn man, you know, just
Dude, that's the thing, that there is at gay bars. There's just like the 50-year-old guys who've just been partying for like 20 years straight. They're just still going for it, and I'm like, oh, that looks rough. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just love it. Like,
Oh, fucking hell.
yeah, dude. No, I'm like, I've become like, just a couple of beers at a bar is like the way to go. I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's the way to do it,
I
man.
think so too.
Have a bit of crack with your friends, like, you know.
I
Yeah,
think so
dude.
as well.
I just do it in the house.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's doing it early.
Yeah.
so much cheaper. Like, you know, like,
And you can pick who you sit with.
exactly.
You know?
That's the main thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than just being surrounded by just like, everybody's just fucked up. You
Yeah.
don't even enjoy their company unless
No.
you're all fucked up.
Yeah,
You're like, oh,
exactly.
this is bad. Like,
It's very strange. And like, there was a time in my life where I was like, I thought that's what I wanted to do forever.
yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
I remember being like 16, 17 when we first started drinking. We used to go to like Balahi to my mate's shed and get fucked up. And I remember we regularly just went, here, boys, if we just got to do this every weekend, that's the perfect life. I think about it, like, I have so much aspiration. Like, that's so brutal. Like,
Terrible. Like,
that's all we need.
people-
As long as I can be fucked up twice a week, I'm living the dream.
Some people-
In this shed, bro.
we were
You're
like that. Like we went to a certain house every single weekend.
Jesus Christ.
And we were like that. This is the life every weekend.
Yeah.
But then you know what happened? One week, that house burnt down.
Shit.
And
we were like,
we were going to go that night, and we're like, you know what? Let's not go tonight.
Was
And
it like-
burnt down that night?
How did it burn down? Did it just use arrive and it was on fire?
Don't
I've
know.
just heard through the grapevine later. You know, that
That just fucking tells you everything, doesn't it?
That was a bad house.
it was a change. Like,
was
you
just-
know.
So was this like a communal house that like everybody knew to just go to get
yeah,
fucked up?
yeah,
Pretty much,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Fucking hell, it was like a trap house or some shit. Like, yeah, pretty much.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Somebody lived there.
That's wild. And then it
remember-
burnt down one day.
Yeah,
remember-
one day it burnt down.
That adds to the legend of it, the mystique.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't it?
It's like they were just one day like, I've parted, the party's done.
I,
Just,
don't
I
think
gotta burn
someone, I
this
think
down.
it was. I think it was as stupid as someone like fell asleep with a cigarette still
Oh,
burning
man.
or something like.
Yeah,
And the
dangerous.
coach sat.
it's like that scene in Lord of the Rings where it's one of their wee belts. You come over and it's like it's one of their wee syringes.
Here, Anthony, would you cut me off half of that Batman?
Aye, that was a fucking that was a
We
drug
were
field.
fucked that night. Like,
yeah.
The Batman. What's this?
That's
Batman was there, bro.
that's a very inside thing, but that was something. Was it David said that?
Yeah.
We were all fucked up on drugs, and that was a sentence he uttered out of his mouth.
We were just all lying there, like trying to like comprehend like what even was happening.
Yeah.
In silence.
Oh, yeah.
And then out of the silence, he just was like, "Here, Anthony, could you cut me off half of that Batman?" It was the funniest thing we've ever heard
That
in
made
our
sense
lives.
in his head to say
You know?
that. He was like,
I remember also you were all sitting around the table, and I just went over, and I had to do this. I don't know why. I just went over, picked up the ice tray, went over to the sink and filled it up with water, and
You
brought
did
it back
indeed.
over and set it down front of you all, and whoever the fuck strangers were around. They're all like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "There you go." And I just
There you are, mate.
I just went over to the corner,
solved.
went over to
Like,
the corner, my wee corner of the room, and just looked at them all. I was like, they were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
are
it's
you
so
doing?
weird. Like those days when you're like thinking back, it is funny. Like I used to think when I was in uni, like the first year especially, I was like, there's definitely a freedom in just living the most chaotic, fucked up year of your life, like, and just be a mess for a year.
Yeah.
There's like a certain beauty to it, you know.
Yeah.
You'll wake up after a house party and the house is wrecked, and you're just like, yes, we did it. Like, what did you do? I don't know.
Fucking spent money.
We did it.
Fucking-
Back then, we
Don't
fucking
question it.
we loved the first season of Skins, and that would have been like a
our fuel for like
Oh.
Like, so there was a character in Skins. I don't know if you ever watched it.
Oh yeah.
Remember Chris?
Yep.
And he,
See the one that
love
like
Chris.
died and all at the end.
I only watched like season
You're like,
1 or
bro,
2.
what?
One
Don't
or
spoil
two.
it.
I'm still watching it.
well, I think it was like there was the original cast, like season 1 and 2, I think that was, and then it changed.
Yeah.
We
And
didn't
then like
watch it.
Effie and all them ones
well,
came in.
yeah.
We didn't really watch it after that. But,
It was so fucked up.
but his motto was "fuck it," and then we're like, "Yeah, that's our motto, guys.
I know.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Let's go out. And fuck it."
I know, it's so bad. Like.
Fuck that.
Nearly got
like,
it tattooed on us and everything. We're so lucky we didn't.
dicks, like,
Yeah.
what dickheads?
No, I remember
What
like,
dickheads, like,
I got an even worse tattoo. Sure, I got a fucking tribal dragon.
oh, bro.
When you were like 13.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I held off. Like, no, I just love the chaos of those days. Like, I'm around a toaster beside my bed for not even for like toast, just waking up to light a cigarette. I didn't even just go buy a lighter. I was like, I'll just use a toaster. Just had to pop it down, light it, pop it up, sat in bed smoking. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
The toaster breaks, you bring the whole cooker up in your bedroom.
oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, fuck me.
Start a trash can fire in this room. I get like a cigarette.
Fuck here, I knew a girl in uni who fucking... She would just lie. She had like a king-size bed in her room, right?
Yeah.
And she would just lie on one half of it. And the other half was just dishes and takeaway and
it's
cigarettes
disgusting.
and wrappers.
I remember
And she
that.
would just get out and unfold it over and get out
my
and then get back
God.
into it at night and then add to the mess.
is
It was
wild,
fucking
man.
absolutely
It was like
insane.
she was living with like a fucking trash
Insane.
demon. Just like, that was her
insane.
husband, just trash. Just sitting
Oh,
there,
fuck me, like.
sleeping next to her. Like, it was disgusting.
We had like something similar. We just called it. It was initially the trash pile, which was just our kitchen. It was just called
Yeah.
the pile.
Yeah.
that happens.
And then one day we like, let's clean this up, but we didn't have a black bin because it was collected one day and just never give back. So we just never asked for another one. So we just had bin bags, and then we were like, how are we going to get rid of this? And we found a sleeping bag in the house and just filled it with trash. So it's just solid sleeping bag used to stand in the corner of the room, just full of trash.
Body bag.
It was so crazy looking.
Oh fuck! One of the worst houses we ever were in was like actually like got to the point where the back garden was full of bin bags.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, a hazmat team had to come in
Yeah.
and fucking clear it all.
You know it's bad, like when the hazmat
Oh my
team
God.
the government comes to clean your yard, you're like, oh, I've let it get too bad.
This went too
Fucking
far.
tramps,
This
like.
went too far.
Oh, man, I remember one time in uni as well. Like, I was just lying in bed. Our house was trashed, and I was just wearing like a reindeer onesie 'cause we didn't have any heating. So we just bought onesies. And I just went to sleep one time and woke up, and there was just 2 police standing in my room.
Yeah.
And I had like baggie full of fucking acid tabs right on my
Oh,
bedside
fuck.
table. And they were just like, what's going on? I'm like, this is my house. And they're like,
I live here?
you do live here? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, the front door was just lying open, so we just came on in. And I was like, okay.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. They were saying we wanted to check if someone had broken in. So they thought I'd broken in and fallen asleep in the bed or something. And I was just like, knew the acid. So I was like, oh, it's all good. This is my house. And they were like, right. It's a fucking mess. And they just walked out. I was like,
They laughed their heads off after that. They're like, he's probably freaking out.
Would anybody like some sweetie paper? That's what this is, by the way.
I remember waking up one night in my uni house, and there was just a guy in like full Burberry,
yes.
and a cap and all, and a scar on his face, and he was just looking through all my things. And I just woke up and looked at him, and he was like, all right, mate, do you want me to turn that wee light out? Right?
Jay, you go back to sleep.
And
I'll
I
just
was
be in the
like-
corner of the room here.
Aye. And I went back to sleep till I was blocked, like, and I went back, and then I woke up and I was like, here, what the fuck? And like half my shit was gone, the door was kicked in. And I was like, oh,
He was very
fuck's
polite.
But he was
He
nice.
stole the PlayStation.
No, it was a different time.
It's just like,
I wasn't
I'm
in for
about
that
to
there.
rob you here. Do you want me a cup of tea?
He's like, do you want me to turn that wee light out?
We bedtime story and all.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
always
tuck you in
remember
there.
him.
Don't you bother yourself.
I always remember him like that face. Fuck me.
Can I have this TV? Yes. yeah, mate. Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to kick your door in. Just you sleep there.
I swear to God, we just woke up like whenever, and I woke my mate up who lived with. We went downstairs, and the door was just pretty much off its hinges. Like,
Yeah.
neither of us heard a thing. Like,
Our doors just flat out stopped working because my mate, it was like the first week, and my mate Fenton was like, oh, a few of my Dowler boys from Blackhead are going to come over and party in our house. And we were like, lad, don't let them wreck the place. He was like, don't worry, they're not going to wreck the place. Literally, as soon as Zach said that, the front doors kicked through. They're like, yes, boys. We were just like, and that was it. Like, the door never got worked, or never got worked again. Never got worked again.
Work again. Took out the back shot.
And I just remember, like, anytime we had a party, another time my mate, another one of our mates came over, and he said he was like on ecstasy when he came to the house.
Yeah.
And he was like, lad, your door scared the fuck out of me there. And we're like, why? He was like, I just wanted to knock it and it just opened. And he was like tripping balls, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, the house was like, come in, lad.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was grim.
Fuck,
But I
we,
think you needed to get out of your system, do you know what I mean?
Definitely. Like you'll never beat our worst story, like for just
house party? Oh,
grimness.
Jesus.
Just pure grimness.
Ended in a big fight at the end of
Well,
it.
yeah, but it was
no.
like I was in acting class.
I don't know why I laughed at that.
Be bad out so nobody fucking knows how gay you are. You fucking.
And James says he's gay. You think you're gay? Yeah,
So you're in your faggy little acting class.
greased up, ready for them. And I said to them, Halloween party. I think it was Jake was living in Belfast. I wasn't yet.
Yeah, it was
I was
me.
like, yo, Halloween party. And
In my house, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's like, everybody's coming. And I was like, right.
Yeah.
But
He's
I
like,
said-
we're
I
gonna get
said-
all our friends to come to this, and it's gonna be the best
but
Halloween party.
I said to my acting mates, right? I was like, yo, it's going to be the best party of all time. You should
Yeah.
come. It's Halloween. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And then we proceeded to like try and ring anybody to come to the party
Oh
of
my
our
God.
mates.
Yeah.
No one. Ringing around everybody. Yo, can you come on Halloween? They're like, no, sorry, I'm somewhere else on Halloween. Obviously, Halloween. So it was me, them two cunts, and another one friend showed up, and we were sitting there. All these acting class showed up. There's probably about 10
Oh my
10 of us,
God.
and they were like,
All girls.
hello. Come on into the party. We're like,
That was
right.
so bad. Like,
Oh, it's just like a party with nobody you knew
Yeah.
there in your house. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck have we done?
but they just turned up to 4 lads
Yeah.
just
they-
in a
they
house
thought it was
because they
gonna be
thought they
lit.
were coming to a big mad house party.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just us 4 sitting there. But having to carry
You're
it.
like, what have we been lured
Eventually it turned into not
It turned
too
into
bad a night.
madness.
Yeah.
It was mad, but eventually one of them got all their smick mates over,
Oh,
Their
no.
cousins.
and there was about 10 fucking
A
lads
bus,
came over.
like a busload
A
of
clown car? No, a clown car. They showed up in like a wee Ford Escort, and just 15 of them just
my
they kept coming. Like,
Literally one dude at the door doing that. That's what getting slapped.
And they came in and they were just highly disrespectful. And I was very drunk. So I started to fight with them all.
With them all.
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Oh, 10, 15
unfortunately,
And me.
they did.
They surrounded me outside, like a circle of them. I was like,
Yeah, I've got this, lads.
I'm hard as nails.
And how did that go?
I got a
bad.
couple of digs in here or there, like,
And then
but
that was it.
fucking guys got his nose broke.
Like,
No, that wasn't that. I got,
it got split,
my
his
eye
eyebrows
split
split.
open there.
Got
I've
his
still got a
eyebrows
star
split.
there. Like, although,
I was fine. I came out of it fine.
Fuck's sake,
Like,
boys, like-
luckily.
where were you?
Didn't
I
get
was
stabbed.
upstairs.
You're upstairs.
He's upstairs.
He's upstairs.
He was
fucking
one of the
somebody.
smicks fighting him. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing, man.
Nah, I was
needed
upstairs in my room, right, having a nice time.
Yeah.
And then I opened my door, and there was like boys fighting in the hallway, and someone went through a wall, like his head went through the wall.
I'm gonna go balls deep here.
Fucking nightmare out there. Fuck that.
Yeah.
My balls are stuck in this pussy. I can't come out. Sorry. I can't help it.
It's like when dogs have sex, they just sit there and
Guy comes up to throw
for some
hot
reason we're
water.
locked in.
Throw a bucket of water over Jake. Come on, help us fight, you cunt.
But fuck me, they stole my ironing board, my cutlery, my
You
plates.
said an ironing board in uni?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Very respectful.
Did you use
Never
it?
used it. It was there, and it was
just the
mine.
houses.
Right?
That was his wee table to roll his joints on.
I actually don't know who. I lived with our 2 lads, but they
Yeah.
weren't there at that time. They were away home for Halloween break or whatever.
Yes.
They'd have been a good fucking.
But I reckon it was probably one of
good
them.
help.
Probably one of them.
Bro, I used to always start with
Now they were
good
trying to-
intentions. Like,
Terrible. Like,
Oh, it was bad. Like,
I just think like giving someone at 18 a pile of money and a house,
stupid, isn't it?
oh, it's terrible.
it's never going to go well. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
never going to go
Maybe I
well.
shouldn't say this on things so they know now, but because they don't know where I am now. But fuck it, you know, like I walked into Santander and there was like, "Do you want $1.50 overdraft for no reason?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
You're like,
Same
sure,
here.
lads.
I done
yeah.
that.
yeah. Oh, I done it too.
Done that, and then sure, they chased me up for years, but never replied.
You
enough.
never got it.
I never
paid them.
replied
That's
to
it.
them or
Never paid
anything,
them. It was
so I
like,
never paid it back.
I don't know who these other people are.
Well, there's a law.
$3,000?
There's a law that.
$3,000.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's a law that if you don't reply within 6 years, it's wrote off.
Yeah.
You can't. Literally, they can't do anything.
And then
with
I've
it.
always thought, right, if you only owe them $1.50, think how much it would take them to get you to court and all. It's going to cost them more than $1.50. So they're probably just like, fuck it.
This is interesting.
You know?
I'm going to go to the bank after this.
Go get a loan out, then just don't reply for 6 years.
listen to our advice.
You too could end up in a balaclava, running for your life from the law. Basically, let's see now.
So
See
have
what?
you any gigs coming up?
No, I'm actually right. Last night was my last gig until I'm going to download festival, not this week,
fuck
but the week
off.
after that.
Download
So I'm just going to keep it,
Nice.
just do nothing until then.
Any really good acts to download this
I mean,
year?
you got, there's Fall Out Boys headliner, Queens of the Stone Age
I
headlining,
love that.
Van Sevenfold's headlining, and then just the rest of the bands on are just fucking lethal.
Stuff
Like,
you'd
it's,
love.
I think Sum 41, like Bone for Soup. It's very pop punky this year.
Seen someone 41 before their class. Like,
Oh, man,
they're
like-
like my favorite band of all
I
time.
cannot
One of them
wait.
anyway.
This is their like last thing as well. Yeah.
Is it?
Last tour?
I think it's their last tour, yeah. And then like Limp Bizkit's going. It's gonna be a good time.
Limp Bizkit be class of sea. Like.
It's just
Yeah, fuck no, Limp Bizkit would be fucking
Oh, man,
sweet.
they're
Like,
gonna
that
be
would be a good one. Like,
yeah,
that
dude,
would be
it's just
sweet,
it's
like-
just like 4 days of you're not on your phone, you're just out in the fields with
Yeah.
people having the crack. It's fucking
It is.
beautiful.
I downloaded one I always wanted to go to, never got to.
Oh mate.
Did you ever go to Oxygen back in the day?
No one ever made it to Oxygen. I think I was too young, maybe.
We
My
went
sister
in-
went.
We went.
was good,
08.
like.
We went in 2008.
I went twice.
Yeah, you went before me as well.
I
I think
went
a
twice.
guy like down my road went, and it must have been like a really chaotic year, but he just like put his head out his tent, and someone just ran by with a knife and just shred him right
Fucking
across.
hell.
So he's literally got a scar like right across there, like
The knife
this
slitter.
there. Yeah, it's the weirdest.
No, it
I
was,
was
the year we were
slitting
there.
pants, was it?
Apparently, there was a guy, just even probably a different guy,
Yeah,
but
that's-
like a guy just going around the crowd with a razor blade from a razor and just walking up to people and just slicing their backs and shit,
Yeah,
and just walking
that is-
on.
There was
Just
another
like,
story.
what
There was
the
there was
fuck?
another that scared the shit out of me. Like I don't know how true this was, but there was a guy. Like they said, there's a guy going about with a needle and he's injecting AIDS into people.
Oh, yeah.
AIDS infected
Yeah.
blood into people.
There was
that's
also
the
a guy
wildest
going
thing.
around with a
That's
megaphone.
bad,
He was
like-
going, woo, woo.
He was the worst of them all.
He was the worst.
That was him.
That was me, didn't it?
That was literally him.
He didn't see any bands.
He
He
did
just
that.
run about like a spastic.
Yeah, just got-
He got so
with a
drunk,
fucking
I lost
megaphone.
him for a full day, right? And then the camplands, there was like wee hills
Yep.
to it, and I was just sitting there drinking, and I hadn't seen him in about 8 hours maybe.
Yeah.
And he just came running over the hill, and he had a megaphone, and he was screaming like donkey noises into it. And there was like 10 lads chasing him.
Oh my God, that's
Get
unbelievable.
your fucking megaphone back! And then over the hill he went and disappeared.
That's
And that was it. Didn't see him for an hour. Right?
the legend of Megaphone Garth.
I love that shit.
No, but the thing that I can say from that is I got to see Amy Winehouse.
Right.
She was still alive.
Yeah,
so
that was
that's
good, like-
It's a good thing to be able to
That
say.
is
like,
pretty cool. That
Even
was a
though
good
back
one, like.
then I wasn't really into her or anything, but we
But
still
now
watched her.
thinking
Like,
back, you're like,
yeah.
oh, that's cool. I think like I think the one thing about download that's great is everyone's there. They all like the same type of music. It's like
Yeah.
one type of music playing.
That's
so everyone's
true,
just
like-
on the same vibe.
Definitely.
Where I feel like them other festivals where there's like a mix of everything. You're
Oxygen
just
was like that, yeah.
getting this
Yeah.
crowd of people
The
that
mix.
are just going to be at each other.
Yeah,
like, you know,
because there was like a rave tent, and then and then there was like a rock and roll fucking tent, and then there was, you know what I mean? So there
Yeah,
was
it's
just
just-
everybody like.
yeah,
mixed
it's just a
in,
bad
like.
mix. Like,
Yeah,
But, like-
definitely.
And then kids as well.
yeah, that's crazy.
Some
bringing
people brought
kids
their
to these
kids
things,
there.
like-
That was mad. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Jesus.
But I've
place
never
for
been to
kids.
download, but I'd love to go. Like, I'd love to see like a band Ghost.
yeah, seen them last year.
Oh,
Did you?
fuck.
did you?
Oh, they were brilliant, dude.
Love Ghost.
they're
One of the
fucking
best bands I've
class.
seen was a band called Electric Callboy. Have you ever heard of them?
Electric Callboy?
no,
Yeah, it's like a
no.
mix of like heavy metal, pop, and like fucking techno, all like in for the
right.
one song. It's the
I'm
hypest
getting
shit
into
you've
the
ever
techno.
heard.
Heavy
and
metal
fucking-
Callboy. I'm gonna fucking look it up.
Yeah, man, like the mosh at their tent actually like scared the fuck out of me because I was like, I'll go right to the front, and then it started, and I was like off the ground. I was like, get me the fuck out of here! I was like, immediately left.
So it was
That
like
happened
Thomas
to
the
me
Tank
once.
Engine goths, you know. Fucking
Yeah,
throwing
it
shit.
is.
I remember
scary,
fucking like going to see Slayer.
Right.
And like before that, we went to like local bands, met, moshed out and all with our friends, all that shit. And then I actually went to Slayer in Dublin when I was like 16.
Yeah,
And attempted a mosh pit there.
bad idea.
Yeah, like three seconds in, I was like, oh no, these are all big men.
Yeah, you're like,
do you
I
know what
could
I mean?
die
Get
here,
the
like-
fuck out of here.
Yeah, it gets
Like,
scary. Like,
Jesus
That was at
Christ.
the Point, wasn't it? Was it the Point back then? Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
over
the
there.
Unholy
They're
Alliance,
fucking-
the Unholy
there's-
Alliance.
It's
Lamb of
like they're
God and Slayer.
swinging punches and all
Yeah.
as well.
oh,
Like,
but they're all just like
yeah.
smiling.
backhand
They're-
and all.
Yeah, everybody's. It's like a fight,
Trying to
but
knock
you
each
want to
other
do
out.
it. Like,
Yeah.
come on,
But it's
lads.
like I like boxing and MMA and all that shit, but like a mosh pit's so different because you just get hit in weird ways, and
Yeah,
it's
just
bad.
get
Like,
rammed.
Another thing
it's
about
bad.
fucking that heavy metal music back then was always had a sore neck because I was trying to headbang and look cool,
Oh,
trying to look
100%.
cool and going, yeah,
Yeah, sure.
headbang.
That's what you had a sore
End of
neck
the
from.
fucking-
Press a button to fuck you. Go on, that deserves a wee button.
Nice. What is the
That was a
button do?
group.
There's buttons that
So,
says something that
you
only
might,
he
you
can
might,
hear.
you might be able to hear.
Fuck
You'll
yeah.
hear. You'll hear it in the thing. Like, not trying to copy, can't get us at all. So this one says.
Everybody does buttons.
That gives me a hard on.
Nice. That gives me a hard on.
I would have asked you to fuck up.
That's up.
I love it, man. That's brilliant.
You are.
Yeah, there's.
If you touch
Don't press every button.
Yeah, I would, like that's a good thing we don't have a soundboard in our podcast because I found a soundboard app and that the whole podcast I just sat pressing buttons. And you're not allowed to do that anymore.
To be honest, we're the opposite. I forget it's even there. I was like, I
I
forget
wish
to
I had
press it all the
buttons.
time. Like,
We need a button. I need a button stick.
I think because it's over there and it's like there's stuff over there, it's like in the way. I don't really think about it.
Yeah, you don't think?
Whereas like on Colin get us a podcast, he's just got a wee thing there, and it's just like it's
Oh,
easy.
no, I can never be trusted with that shit, but I love it.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
One of them. Do you ever see? You know the Hardy Bucks lads?
Yes.
Hardy Bucks. There's a video they do about St. Patrick.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
We like that would be a video we quote like religiously. So we've
For
got
years,
we've
like.
got two of those buttons on it, and I think your man Owen Colgan's coming on here. So I'm
Oh
pretty
man,
excited for that.
he's so
I really
lovely as
hope so.
well.
Yeah, he's so lovely. Like.
Really, really nice guy. Just so funny.
I'd like, yeah, so I think he might be coming on here. So it's kind of like a bit surreal that we've just been quoting that one thing that he said
For
probably
years,
for about
like,
7 years now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Maybe longer.
I think the one I seen of him was, do you know, that video of him like outside the pub and like
Yeah.
going to fight the
Which
boy
I
and-
thought was real.
Yeah, he's like he said it was just off the top of his head. That
That's
it was just
classic.
he was just talking shit. He had no idea it was gonna like blow up like that.
That's
That's so
weird, like,
funny though.
that had me in tears.
Oh,
Do you know what actually fucking literally had me crying with laughter was female Jews.
oh really?
Duet, I literally laughed.
Duet, yeah.
Duet, like that's so fucking funny.
that
like,
was quick,
That is
I
so
was
fucking
happy
funny.
with
Like
that was quick.
so fucking funny.
Gee, that's brilliant.
Comes along once in a lifetime, something like that. You're like, you just take, it's like Excalibur. Just
That was good. Was that female Jews? Like, oh,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, that was a
Class.
good time.
Yeah, you've got actually a load of good sketches. I think.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, fucking right one.
Fucking
The
right.
priest one you do with
William.
William's really fun.
Yeah, man, that was fucking the reason I think that worked was we were going down to Pride, and like sometimes when you're asking people questions on the street, they're like, I don't really want to talk. If you ask like drunk gays anything, like they'll just reveal the darkest, most fucked up things. Like, how you doing today? And they're just like, oh, just fucking deep throated 7 men in the bathroom. You're like, whoa, sweet, like lethal, straight on camera. And they don't care. So it was like the perfect kind of avenue to do that kind of shit. Yeah.
That's cool. Like.
Yeah.
And we tried it. We did the 2 priests of Pride, and then we did the priest save Christmas. But
Yeah, I've seen that
we
as
tried to
well,
interview people on the street. We're like, "What do you think of Christmas?" And they're like, "I like it." And we're like, "Fuck, there's nothing good about it."
As good as the.
We just like ditched all the questions. Like, there was nothing we could
I
do.
was in the Christmas market and stuff. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
nobody wanted to speak either. It was like
I suppose,
raining. They were
like-
doing their shop, and they were just like, "Fuck off, bro."
Whereas
Like,
like Pride, everybody's out anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
Talking
yeah.
and fucking. Yeah,
I've been in
whereas Christmas
Primark for
market's just
5
like,
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Speaking of like Primark's a terrifying place. I don't even go in there. I just
Oh,
have,
it's
like
not good, like-
system overload. I'm like,
Especially
like
at Christmas.
There's like 5 floors to it and shit.
oh,
now.
dude,
It's
it's just
what's
like
going on? Like,
lights. People are screaming. You're just
Yeah.
getting banged. It's like a war
Yeah.
zone. Like,
I don't like it.
I hate
It
it.
is. It's legit that fucking Father Ted episode. Only like 5 times worse. Like if they had to get stuck in Primark, that'd be a funny sketch.
That'd be a brilliant sketch,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. There you
making your
go.
way out of Primark.
I know it's kind of copying, but do you just do it? It's funny. Like
Here, speaking of priests, then I did want to ask you. I remember you saying like that when you were younger, you were like wildly religious.
Yeah, well, it was not. I wouldn't say like wildly religious, but I had this weird. I thought like Jesus was awesome. I thought Jesus is sick, lad. I think I was just scared of going to hell, so I just was like, no, Jesus is the man. Like,
And was that
drilled
just
into
because
you,
you
like-
were just told, like, you know?
no, my parents weren't even that religious. We went to mass like barely, and I just was like, this is cool. I was like. In my head, I was like, Jesus is like a fucking superhero, lad. Like, it was
Oh, he kind of is though.
yeah, no, he's
I
the original superhero.
he was your Batman.
the original Avenger.
Opposite, where like I hated anything to do with religion when I was
Yeah.
younger, but like now I've came along a bit more. I'm like, this is pretty sweet. Like, if you
Yeah,
think
like,
about it.
my kind of
Jesus Christ,
trajectory
I like it.
was, I was like, oh, Jesus is cool, and then I was like, fucking teenage years of like fuck religion, and then I'm just like I don't care anymore. But I remember it was just hardcore. I remember Ma would like complain about mass being long, and I'd be like, man, it doesn't matter how long it is. It's about Jesus. You should just appreciate being
should be
there.
privileged
And like
that
this
you're here.
5-year-old kid, she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Get the shut up.
That's fucking class. Like,
I think I had a P5 teacher who was just madly religious, but he was very funny, so I thought it was cool.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah,
And I just
that had an
remember him being
influence,
like, but he was insane, like thinking back. It's like, do you know when people write Xmas and that type of shit?
Yeah.
He was like, if I see anybody writing Xmas in this class, you're going to principal. We were
I
like,
think
"What?"
that happened in our school as well. Like you can't write Xmas
He's
because
like, don't
you can't cross
X
out
out Christ.
Don't X out
You're like,
Christ's
well,
name.
shit, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so weird.
Did you grow up Catholic or?
Yeah, I grew up in a Catholic household, but it was like, I swear it was like barely even. I didn't really know
We were
about
similar,
Catholics and Protestants
Yeah.
being an issue until I was older, because it was just never spoke about. in our house.
Well, at home it was never spoke about with us. Like, but this estate, like we grew up in a kind of. I've said this before, like, but you know, this is a state for like people moving down from the Troubles,
Right.
so it kind of like exists in our parents' minds, and then it was sort of exists in us. So it was always like if you even have a Union Jack on your shoes, beat up.
Really?
yeah, when you were kids, like you couldn't do that. Like
We didn't really.
remember like Kappa had. Was it Kappa?
Something like that,
Had
or
Union
no?
Jacks on it or something, or it made like,
Reebok.
That was it. Reebok. You couldn't wear Reebok. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
No, like we didn't really have any of that, except for like every so often around our estate, like Protestant kids from the other state would come in, and everyone was like, "Holy fuck, lad, they got infiltrated this." And like I didn't really know like why it wasn't an issue at all, but it was still like, "Holy shit, they're the Protestant kids."
Protestant
Yeah.
lads just go down like seem
And
to
like
look like an
obviously
off.
it's fucking stupid. Like
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
like with who cares? Like, do you know what I
Like,
mean?
literally means nothing. Yeah.
It's just one of those stupid things when you're a kid.
I know. Like one of my best friends as a kid, Kenny, was a Protestant, and I was like, "We're bridging the gap, lad. Our friendship is healing the world right now."
Let me tell you about Jesus. He's
Tell you
cool.
about this cool guy I know. His name is Jesus Christ. A really cool guy. Oh man.
Yeah, no, it was
Rose
like,
from the Dead is pretty badass, bros. You know? Yeah.
And like, was it just writing off from fear of the devil?
I don't even know what the fuck it was. I just thought it was just interesting. And, like I still to this day find like religions interesting to look
Same,
into.
same, definitely,
I think I was just an early. It was the only one I was exposed to, so I was like, "Oh, this is interesting to like read about and all this kind of stuff."
I'd say I'd speak for all of us. Like where our trajectory was when you're young, it's drilled into you. You do believe in it, and you're scared of it and stuff.
Yeah.
Then like teenage years and stuff, you're just an atheist. You're just like fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
But then we found like a bit of spirituality, and like
Yeah.
we were going that way then. And then it was nothing to do with God. It was just about like
Good vibes,
just
bro.
the universe, shit, you know.
The energy.
And then now you sort of like now we all sort of realize that it's all the same. It's all universe, all religion, all that. It's like it's one thing. you
Yeah,
know?
no, I totally agree. I think like so many religions, like
So
they all have the same kind of
That's the
story, just
bones,
with
it's
different,
all there.
different
Every
characters. You know
single
what I
Yeah,
mean?
one.
that's it. Yeah.
And
It's
then
Marvel
just-
versus DC. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Quran
Every-
versus the Bible.
Every single fucking religion has the Noah story, like with the
Yeah,
flood and all that.
that's
Shit.
it.
Every single one of them.
And then there's so many videos. Like I just fucking sit in conspiracy TikTok all the time, now, bro. So I'm like, there's so many like
possibilities.
scientific like things that are going, oh, that actually might have happened
Yeah.
in this part of the world. There's evidence that there was this kind of flood or something. So
Yeah.
maybe the story's been like changed to sound simpler, to pass it on easier, that type of way.
Yep,
But
that's pretty much it. And then we just take it as pure mythology for some reason.
yeah,
But it
Oh,
not
yeah.
necessarily is, you know.
So
Like the
it's hard,
Garden of
it's hard
Eden
to
being a
grasp onto
laboratory,
something.
like
You know, it's hard to grasp onto any kind of belief. Having an open mind
Yeah.
these days, you know, because there's that many possibilities of what is.
That's I used to be
Isn't-
just completely no. There's no God. There's no this. But now, like over the years, it's been like just agnostic. Not even agnostic, but
I think like
there's
that's maybe
definitely something.
I think that's like the smartest, because like even like no one would ever know. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't know. So
That's
it's
it.
like
know,
you can't
like-
be hardcore one side or the other. It's like you
can't
don't
know,
know.
like-
That's it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
you can't know.
I'm
Like,
out of mass. Fuck you.
You're in mass.
that's fucking mass.
What about the? Did you ever sing those songs in fucking like they're drilled into me like?
Was that like the?
There's
Which
that
I
one.
don't think we were talking about this before. I don't think.
What about this one?
Was it not like?
Here I am Come, Lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
it's,
okay.
Remember that?
That's a shame, bro.
That's,
But
that's
it was just more
fire.
the prayers. It's
Some
more
of them
the
were. You're
prayers.
like, these sound pretty catchy. Like,
Yeah.
It was more the prayers that I
Yeah.
remember for me because it was like every single fucking class. It wasn't just morning.
yeah.
It was
When you
every
think back to
start
it,
of
you're like,
every
that's
class.
really weird.
You had to
It's
stand
like,
up and say the prayer.
Say prayers.
Yeah.
Drill down. I'm like, that's
Like,
very
hang on a wee
cultish, like,
second.
isn't it?
And yeah, wear a
like-
tie, wear a suit, get up at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, do what you're told, say a prayer.
Yeah, man. I always thought, I remember I didn't go to mass for years, and then I went when I was like maybe 16 again for like Christmas mass, and I was like, this is actually kind of scaring me because everyone's just like, we are sinners, we are. Man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
This is crazy, dude.
It is scary
okay.
shit. Like,
Like, stand and sit and stand and sit. Like,
Yeah, like
scary
everybody, like, see, when I was a kid, like, that's the thing where maybe you found it cool, but I found it like, I need to know that. I don't know what that is. Remember when, like, a reading from the Bible, and everybody did the me thing?
yeah.
I was like, what's everybody doing?
What does that mean? Like, mind,
I don't know what the
mind, mouth, and.
I don't know.
fucking know.
But I used to just do it anyway. You know, yep, I do that too.
Yeah.
And like I used to envy the people that could take it in their mouth. The body of Christ.
It just went up and they're like,
Why could you not?
chucking on there,
Yeah,
man.
no, actually I meant the other way around. Like they went up with their hands. Like I was like we were always
You
like,
had to get it in the mouth.
Oh, were you told to like just straight up?
yeah, we're just like the body of Christ. Amen.
Was there a choice of getting it in your hand?
Yeah, yeah.
No, see, for us, it was like always put out your hands,
Yeah.
take the body of Christ. But old people, for some reason, were just like,
We
right.
always.
I was told not to.
You're not-
We
yeah.
weren't allowed to accept it in your hand. You had to put your tongue. Bastard priest
got
got
to-
me.
nah,
Open your
priest
mouth.
got you, lad. He
Open your-
got you,
yeah.
dude.
Do you see?
Got
There you
me.
go.
That was
Open-
like, my wee sister did one of those things. She was like earning points for fucking some school shit she was doing, and one of them was like, effectively go get a priest to wash your feet. And I'm like, that's a weird kind of thing.
Fuck
It's
off.
like a blessing on your feet, and the priest just washed them. I'm like, he totally just made that
No,
up.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna need to wash your feet. I'm gonna need someone's fucking undergarment. For Jesus. It's for Jesus, don't question it.
Not for
need-
me.
Checks in the
I'm
Bible.
just passing it on.
I need 15 or so pictures of this.
You're like, well, that's so strange. Like,
fetish like
That is strange, isn't it? I'm gonna need to wash your feet.
yeah.
Fucked up, like.
So it was like, it wasn't like her by herself at his house. I think there was like 10 people at mass, and he was just going around
getting
rubbing
their
all their wee
fucking-
feet. Like, and it's very weird. Like,
It is. It is. But
That's
that,
almost worse. Yeah. Jesus.
Christ.
exactly.
He's cool. What about,
Oh, fuck's sake.
let's transition into Ozempic.
Oh,
I've
what?
seen this
Ozempic?
because it's
From
religious
Christ,
too.
from Christ to Ozempic.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about this in the podcast.
Did you watch South Park?
I haven't
No.
watched the.
No, I
Okay,
haven't
I'll
watched
shut up
South
then.
Park
I'll shut up
fucking
then.
ages.
Is that? Well, that's about like the fat sort of
Obesity?
obesity.
Yeah, the end of obesity. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's
You
wild,
can
man.
watch
The
it.
Ozempic's like it's churning out some scary looking celebrities right now.
Yeah.
Like you can just see everybody suddenly super skinny.
Strange. Like
It's
yeah.
terrifying, but they've got that weird like
Yeah,
gaunt
Yeah.
face.
So what is it?
just makes you sick.
It's a
doesn't it?
pill, isn't it?
It's a diabetic medication.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so
diabetes.
it's actually like apparently a problem now because so many people are taking it. There's not enough people with actual diabetes,
Right.
so it's like causing this major problem over in America.
Jesus. Yeah. What was it supposed to do? But it's not. It
just
doesn't look
makes
like
you
it does
nauseous,
anything
does it
good
not?
though.
Yeah, I think it just makes you not want to
Yeah,
eat.
it makes you just nauseous, so you don't eat food.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just makes you
Skinny
sick.
bastard then?
Just take this and just
Sure,
you
look
know.
at Sharon Osbourne now. Like, she
Oh,
looks
bro,
like a
she
little
is
bird.
fucking terrible. Yeah,
know
like
what I
you could
mean?
like just punch her like
Kelly
dead.
Kelly Osbourne as well is looking pretty bad. Like.
I haven't seen her in a while.
She's now starting to look exactly like
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne. Like, it's
Definitely.
very weird.
Yeah,
Jesus.
like exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with all them celebrities. Even some of the real fucking beauties out there are just changing their faces. I know that's nothing to do with a fucking
Ozempic, kinda
Ozempic or
is, yeah,
whatever. Like,
kinda is.
Yeah, I know it's always scary when like someone who's like really naturally good looking and then all of a sudden they've got giant.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
have you
what
watched
have
The
you
Boys?
done? Like,
Yes.
you know, Star.
Yeah, there's
Girl
like
or whatever.
she's done like a lot of
changed her
yeah.
face a bit. She's fucking beautiful.
but she's
like,
kind of she's kind of saying that she hasn't. But I mean,
Yeah, one of those.
100% has.
Dude, that's like Michael Jackson back in the day. There was like
No.
a list of things you've had done. And he's like, no, that's
no.
crazy. His face is like plastic.
That's crazy.
That's the way I was born.
That's ignorant.
Ignorant.
That's
Yeah.
ignorant.
I just have a skin
No blanket,
deficiency.
no.
I've got a skin disorder. That's all.
What a legend.
What a
Yeah, I
fuck.
love
We were
that
talking
man,
about-
like-
we were talking about that in the last podcast. We're like, his music's amazing.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah, fuck him.
Fuck
I don't care what he done.
He didn't.
He might
he
not-
didn't do
I
that.
don't think he done.
He
I don't
didn't
give
do
a
that.
fuck. He didn't do that.
He
He
didn't
was
do
just
that.
nuts, and he done all that just because dad fucked up his childhood and
Yeah,
fucking took
that
it out.
was
just
But I don't think he
loved-
fucked any kids.
He
Yeah.
loved innocence. He was very innocent. He was an angel.
It was one of those
Fucking
things
angel.
you're like, he was so innocent that he didn't even realize how bad everything looked.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't.
He was that innocent. He didn't know how bad it was to actually have sex with children.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's how innocent he was.
Like I seen like interviews with him, and they're like, he's like, I never did any of that. They're in like the cinema room in his house, and there's like beds everywhere, and he's like, that's bro, me and the kids watch the movie. And I'm like, bro, this is not good.
And then we go to bed in the same bed, and they're like, you can't do that. He's like, but why?
And we have fun times. What?
Yeah, it's
you know,
like
play Scrabble and shit.
it's like how not to look like a pedophile. He's going through everything that you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Guess he was just seeing himself as like that innocent child and just wanted to fucking
Peter Pan syndrome, like.
Is that what it- yeah,
I
no,
love
it
that
is.
thing. I think it was, I can't remember who said it, maybe Dave Chappelle, but like there's no way he fucked any kids because he had the Michael Jordan of kids right there, Macaulay Culkin. So like,
That's a Chappelle joke.
Yeah.
yeah. And if he didn't do anything to him, then that's it.
I said that. That's crazy thing to
But
say.
even like Corey Feldman, right?
Yes.
Who says he was molested by people in Hollywood, but he was like Michael Jackson, never done
Yeah,
nothing.
he was out there from day one going, literally the whole place is pedophiles, run by
But Michael Jackson's
pedophiles,
fine.
everyone's getting molested. Michael Jackson never did anything.
Yeah.
He was like he released like a
100%, like-
documentary where he like gave names and went
I
deaf,
love that,
but
man.
it was, I haven't even seen it, but it was like completely like,
People
you
were just
can't,
like,
it's
oh,
hard to
he's
find,
crazy.
it was never promoted, that type of thing.
People were just like, oh, Corey Feldman's nuts.
But now it's like everyone's like, oh no, he was telling the absolute truth, like for sure.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
Macaulay Culkin said that too. He was like, Michael Jackson never did nothing to me.
Yeah,
He's like
100%.
When I say I stayed in his room was like a mansion with 3 floors. I stayed in the top floor. He stayed like a different that type of thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
like fame fucked Macaulay Culkin up, but like he's fine
all right
now.
now,
Like
isn't he?
he's all right
I think
now.
he's all right now.
yeah, he went through a patch where he looked kind of scary, like really long. He looked heroin-y, but now he's like,
Everybody goes through that, Pat.
Yeah,
But now
that's
his brother, is
Especially
his
if they're
brother
turned
famous
actor,
now
like-
for some reason? Why is his brother so
he's an
famous
actor
now?
as well.
He was in a series there that done really well. I can't remember what you call it.
I've just been seeing a lot of him about the place. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like them child stars get it rough when like they start they get to like 18, 19, 20, whatever, and they've all that money. And everyone's like, how fucking awful, look what they're doing. I'm like, if
What
you
else would you do?
if you put a camera in any uni house, you'd be like, yous are all pieces of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody handles that age well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Then if you hand them a fucking 20 million, if I had 20 million
I'd be
when
dead.
I was
Fucking
I'd be out. Like,
100% would be dead. Like,
I just remember like Bieber having to go on Ellen because he was like speeding at one point, and she was like, I want you to apologize to the audience right now. And I was like, well, you're such a bitch. Like, just bringing him on and act like his ma.
Like,
and then her turned out to be an evil cunt as well.
Fuck me,
that was
love.
the worst. And then we're finding out Justin Bieber might have been fucked by Diddy. So,
Oh,
let
yeah,
him
dude, the
fucking
whole
do
Diddy
whatever.
thing's the wildest shit.
That is fucked.
Oh, sorry. That made me think of fucking Donald Trump. Everybody.
Oh, yeah, he got
He got found guilty. Fuck's
yeah,
sake,
for how many-
of course he did, but all 35 charges.
35. I haven't,
They're all
Right,
felonies
they get him,
too.
like,
Like,
I haven't actually looked into it yet, so he's
they're all
guilty
felonies.
then.
Well, so they say. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
But like, even
But
if
he's still
he
running.
did, so like,
That's what they say. They go, your boy RFK goes, they really fucked themselves over here because all they're going to do is make people like him more and think that the other side is
system's
corrupt.
against them.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's just going to feed into that.
A political
Can he
agenda.
run
and
from
to
prison?
be fair,
Can he?
like to be fair, all what was it? Like the height of it was this woman Stormy Daniels, the porn
Yes.
star. He had sex with her, and then he was like, "I'll give you 35 grand a week if you don't come out when I'm running for president." Last time,
Yes.
and fuck up my campaign, which I think's like
There's nothing wrong with it.
Not the worst thing.
that's not that bad. Like,
Shut your mouth,
wrong.
5 grand a week.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. That woman fucking
You know?
made money there. Like, you know.
Yeah.
and now she's coming out and being like, "Nah."
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's not even anything wrong on his part.
Am I wrong?
It would be her wrong.
I don't know.
It would be her wrong to come out, blackmail him, and say something like that.
Because like,
is that would
it's
be the
not like
blackmail?
he didn't rape her or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's like, you know,
Yeah.
they just had sex apparently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Aye,
he
that's
was
what
like,
it was.
please
Paid her
don't
to
say
hush
anything
it.
because.
And then what was it? She just came out and was like,
and now
yeah,
she's
we
like,
did.
yeah, we did. Now she's saying, oh, we did, and he paid me
Aye, so
25
now
grand,
it
and that's
doesn't
a
look
crime.
good,
Like,
like,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
crime, man.
Yeah, that's a crime, right? This is a crime, right?
That's a crime.
That's crime. Oh, shit.
I can even call some people.
That tenner a week's gonna stop.
Tenner a week. Give me a tenner a week saying, nah.
Say no, that's yeah.
Scored out 2 fakes.
That's our version of that.
Fuck's sake.
I'm
But
going
yeah,
back to
like,
Macaulay. Would you watch a sequel?
I thought you were about to go, would you?
Would you watch a sequel of
No,
him,
yeah.
him playing Kevin now, like and like?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I think that would be so fucking
There was
smart
supposed to be,
do.
was there not?
of what,
Like,
sorry?
Like a
Home
sequel.
Alone 2.
with him.
With him,
Long
now.
Three.
3, sorry.
With him in it now, like
With
grown
him in
up.
it, grown up now.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a really like they could go like real dark comedy with it now, and him like properly like
But he still thinks he's like living at
sadistically
home.
fucking up people to break into his house.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was pretty sadistic. Like these two guys trying to rob him, and he basically like tortured two robbers for like a
kid,
full
like,
night,
fucking
like
right.
fucking bowling ball to their face
a
and
horror
like
movie.
nails through their feet. You're like,
was-
Jesus,
It was the
kids
best.
insane.
Like,
You can make it a thriller, like, you know, fucking,
Yeah.
you know.
You could make like, you know, when he says, "I made my family disappear," but he actually just murdered
he's just
his whole
killed his
family.
family. Yeah, he just killed his family, and he's still just home alone. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'd be
Definitely,
fucking
like,
sick.
Fuck that. But here's Joe Pesci. He's still alive, isn't he? He'd have to
He's
get
still
him
out there
back.
rocking
Like,
about.
He's
you
up
have to
there.
get him back. Like,
They would have to get the Pesh Man.
have
I've
to,
never
like-
said that before in my life. I don't know what I give the Pesh Man.
The Pesher.
He is a legend.
I need to go fucking take a piss.
Jesus Christ.
From the fucking. I was dying. Look.
Joe Pesci.
That's Martin. He can't. He doesn't have a bladder.
Can't hold his Pesh.
I can't hold his peshy.
The fuck?
He just heard the word pesh. So I need a pesh.
That's a cue. Somebody shout it. Come on.
What was the last movie he was in? That fucking The Irishman, wasn't it?
I
Yeah,
thought we were talking
man.
about Macaulay Culkin again.
Yeah. The
Home
Irishman.
Alone, David.
Dude, the Irishman was so fucking long. Like, I love Scorsese and I watch it and I was really trying to like it, but I'm like, this fucking sucks, lad. I just
like
could not get into it.
I couldn't get into it, like, sadly.
It was good, but what took me out of it was them trying to make them younger.
Yeah, dude, it's like,
Was that
the doggy?
is that your mutt?
Well done, Martin, you dick.
We'll edit this out.
I think the fucking like the thing about the Irishman for me, I was like, it started off kind of cool, it was gangsters, and then the next 3.5 hours was just how sad it is to be really old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so depressing.
Like you see him like doing things as his old. Like why not just get a body double or something? You know,
Yeah.
like because. Like there's shots from far away where he's got that old man sort of what's going on here, and he's trying to like kick someone, but it's like
yeah, he's like on a zimmer frame with a kid's face.
Fucking leave Robert De Niro.
it was
Fucking
funny.
Robert De Niro, fuck him. He's a fucking wanker. Robert, you're a dickhead. You are. I used to like
I
you.
know you're watching this. Fuck
I used to
you.
like you.
I know there's just that one scene where like Joe Pesci's like eating soup and bread, and he's just so old. He's like, I'm like, oh, this is really fucking upsetting. Like,
There's like a nurse feeding him and all.
yeah. It was the only movie I've been in that like I seen like 3 people walked out during it. I think
Yeah.
like every so often someone was like, "Fuck's sake, this is not even over. When is this going to be over?" And they were just leaving. Like,
It is.
Like, you ever
very
watch
long.
Casino?
yeah, it's fantastic,
One of
man.
the best
That
of
is
him.
good.
Like,
Casino and Goodfellas is
I
the
even-
best.
I get sad when he gets fucking off in that movie. Like, he's such a prick in that movie.
Oh
like,
yeah,
but,
is that-
you know,
yeah.
Him and his brother
Him
get
and his
off
brother
together,
get
so that
fucking
sort of like
killed, you
got
know.
me, like because they stick
no.
up for each other. Like,
Goodfellas and Casino was like staples in our house. So
Yeah.
amazing.
when you're just that age, you just think this is the coolest shit ever. Just like surrounded by trash, smoking weed, watching Goodfellas.
Fucking class.
You're like, this is badass.
you watch, you can
Get
watch
that
it every
toaster over
week.
there like this.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. Fun times though.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah. What about Sopranos?
Do you know what, man? It's I've only seen random episodes, but every episode you watch, you're like, this is a fantastic show. I would love to
That's
get
the
into
best
it.
thing
It's
I've ever
good,
seen.
like,
for me, like.
I'm doing a rewatch with my partner. She's never watched it, like so.
It's good times.
yeah,
like,
It's one of
done
those
that
things
recently,
like because I've seen it before. It's like I'll watch like 2 or 3 episodes, and then something else comes out. Like Fallout came out, so it's like I had to watch that.
Yeah.
and like that Baby Reindeer came out, had to watch all that. And it's
Baby
like,
reindeer,
How the
like,
fuck
fuck's sake.
does it take you that long
And
to
you left
piss?
the fucking door open, cunt. The dog near get in. You fucking ruined the whole podcast. Fucking fuck us.
That's sure. It takes you about a
Fucking dying.
half an hour to roll his foreskin back.
oh, so not,
He has a lot of foreskin.
I was about to say, is
He
that
has a
the
lot of
thing?
foreskin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Aye, that's-
it's like
5 skin.
that was the
Five skin. Yeah. Five skin.
there's a lot of skin.
that was established when Shane Paul was on talking about his foreskin. We established he has a long one.
Yeah, you could almost give Shane some.
Yeah,
Because he's got none.
He's got none.
Yeah, you could be a foreskin donor.
Foreskin donor.
I would say, oh, dude, you could probably fit like 6 ins in there.
yeah, you
Have
were
the
talking
option.
about
That would burn me.
Yeah,
You were talking about that in your podcast.
Yeah, that's the
would
thing.
burn
Like, people are sticking zins in their.
Oh, they're doing this.
Yeah,
What's it in? What?
It's in like the nicotine pouches.
Yeah,
People are like
yeah.
putting them under their foreskins and
Right?
just like.
Does it still have the
It
same
must
effect?
do. I'm not sure.
James, does it? What does it? What does it feel like?
Well, I'll give you the rundown. I'm currently
I don't know. I
zinning
stick
right
him up
now.
my ass. not on before again.
I can't imagine it's pleasurable.
No.
No, it
So
doesn't sound great.
do you get the feeling in your dick or your whole body? Like, would
I
you
don't know.
just,
Sure,
like,
just kind of get into your bloodstream through your
dick just goes
penis.
numb?
Oh yeah, because you can
know.
put coke on your dick and get high,
And it does, yeah.
doesn't it?
Can you?
I don't know.
I think so.
Doesn't it? As if sure you know that.
I don't know.
I suppose
I
if you-
wouldn't know.
if you put it- I suppose if you put it anywhere, like it gets through your skin somehow, don't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No, but it does,
Something
doesn't it?
there,
Like, because
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
honestly, like you see it in all the movies. I think we were talking about this before. Like, girls are always putting coke in their pussies in movies and getting high.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
It's a movie
what
staple.
movies are these?
So it is a movie.
I need to
I
take a
would watch
note.
these.
Every movie, dude.
Right. First one, at least, Wolf on Wall Street. There's one.
It's like Toy Story. See, look at how she's got that coke in
Andy's
that
mom
pussy.
is trapping balls, lad.
coke
that
in that pussy.
pussy's going crazy.
That's a coke.
Coke fucking man.
That's a coked up pussy walk if I ever seen one.
Fucking, I'm going to get some cocaine tonight. He just talked me into it.
Yeah, no, I knew a guy who like put an E-tab up his ass one time at a house party.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he was like, I heard this gets you like fucking really high.
Aye.
Get you fucked.
And then he started coming up and he started like freaking out. So he just tried to get it out his ass in the middle of the living room when everyone was just standing around. This guy like freaking out trying to get an E-tab out his ass. Everyone's like, oh my God.
It's absorbed already.
Oh, it's dyed brown. Oh.
Oh my
Just
God.
farts it out into the
Into the ether.
into the ether, yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Just catch that shit in your mouth. Like,
Oh my God.
it's a
Yeah,
ping
that's
pong
how
ball
we do.
trick.
Well, that's
Ass to mouth.
look at nicotine patches. I mean, that's just on your skin. So
Yeah, true.
obviously, you just put
Aye.
something there, it's going to do something, isn't it?
Yeah. I do the nicotine gum sometimes.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah. It just gives it doesn't like make you like off your like it's just a wee very faint buzz. But it's good.
I like those wee zin things, the wee pouches.
Yeah.
I don't think they were zins, the ones that I had. Like,
They're so
but they were
intense.
nice,
They're too
like.
intense for me. It's like a real fucking
Yeah.
you feel it like
Burns like.
I've never been into anything like that. I think I smoked fags when I was like 17 because I was smoking weed back then.
Right,
And
yeah.
like when like I used to have this, you know, like
Dope it was back then.
Yeah, it was like-
fucking shite.
I used to sneak downstairs and like roll the shittest rollie off my ma or my dad's stuff, you know, and just like, smoke one draw. I'm like, ugh.
yeah.
Then I go back upstairs like, ugh.
Yeah, I remember like when I was young, I've randomly got into smoking when I was like fucking 16 and I would just sit in my bedroom at night and like smoke cigarettes and watch South Park in my fucking room in the house, just smoking like as if no one would find out. And I just like, do you know the, like when you open your window, the wee like kind of that wee space between the window and the thing. I just
Oh,
kept,
aye.
like,
Yeah.
I just kept like putting all the cigarette butts in there, thinking that was the place to hide them. Close the window. I remember one day my mom's came in my room, just opened the window, and just fucking cigarettes just poured out everywhere. She was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, who's done that?
It's like, "Oh, that's
I
crazy."
don't smoke. That's mad.
I've never opened that window before. That must have just been there before we got the house.
Birds trying to build nests.
Remember that shit? Like getting caught smoking was just horrific. Just fags.
Yeah,
It was so scary. At
It
one
was,
point,
it was
you
just
know?
the disappointment. It was
Yeah,
like, what are you
it was
doing?
more of that. Like,
I remember I was smoking weed in school with a couple of lads, and
Couple of ne'er-do-wells.
I went on to class then, but I was the last one in the corridor, and I had my school bag. I kept fucking dropping it. I dropped it about 3 times. Don't know why. And
Your eyes full of
I don't know why.
repetitive motion syndrome. Repetitive motion syndrome.
I mean, see, just dropping your school bag over
the fucking PE teacher saw me and just goes, "Get to my office." And I just fucking went up to him.
Yes, sir.
"Can I smell your breath?" And he smelled my breath. And, "You've been smoking, haven't you?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yep, I've been smoking."
Yeah.
So I was suspended, like, but thank God
For
he didn't-
smoking?
He didn't think it was. Oh, I
Suspended for smoking.
Fucking right, yeah.
That was illegal
Big-
back then.
big
Wasn't it?
thing.
16.
I couldn't have handled going to school on weed. That would have been the most crazy shit.
Yeah,
like.
but see,
Yeah, I never
funny enough,
smoked weed
see
in
back
school.
then,
Like, I didn't
see
smoke weed
back
back
then,
then.
I didn't get the kind of vulnerability or like. You know, I would feel a wee bit vulnerable on weed in certain situations
Yeah.
now, but back then I was fucking.
I was
mad.
high. I was high for every single one of my GCSEs. Like,
Really? That's wild.
I
Failed,
didn't
failed
start-
all.
I-
That makes sense.
See, I didn't start smoking weed for a while after that. Like, you know, I wouldn't have done it in school or anything. Like,
No, I
Yeah,
definitely
fuck
that
that.
vulnerability.
Like-
I remember like when we did like fucking acid. I just got that. I just felt like a wee baby, and I just had a teddy that I held on to all night because I was just like,
acids and fucking different shit in it.
it's
Like,
good shit though.
Would you?
It is,
Would you
but
do
like-
it now? Like,
Not now, no.
No.
I got to the point, like, I only did like 3 or 4 times, but I remember like every single time my brain was just like, stop doing this, bro.
Yeah,
It's like, this
no,
is gonna,
I would never
it's like
do
you're having
acid
fun,
again.
but this is going to go off the rails if you keep doing it. And I'm like, right. So I actually listened to it.
I would
So
never do
did
acid
you ever
again.
try mushrooms?
Yeah,
in those days?
did mushrooms once,
Yeah.
but I did like the tiniest amount. We went and picked them, put them in orange juice, and everyone was drinking the juice, and I literally had about 2-3 sips and instantly just felt the dread coming out, and I was like,
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
I'm
See,
done.
when you drink it, it does come
The
on very
dread,
quick. So it does.
That happens with every drug.
Oh,
The wee anxiety part where you're like, oh fuck, I'm on
I know,
drugs.
but mushrooms
I'm
and
gonna have to
acid
deal
is
with
like
this for
every
like
time.
however long.
I know, but the
Every
feeling
time.
the feeling that I get on acid, at least anyway, maybe not so much mushrooms these days, but mushrooms too. That's so much higher than any other drug that I've taken. That feeling of like, oh fuck,
The acid.
Yeah, dread.
yeah, acid and
Yeah.
mushrooms. Like, oh fuck, you've done this.
Yeah.
you have to deal with this.
Yeah, if you have, if,
See you on the other side.
if you're
like,
feeling
you
good,
know?
you're like, it's going to be a fun 12 hours. But if
12
instantly you
hours,
don't
that's the
feel good,
thing,
you're
you know
like,
what I mean?
oh, here we go.
And it's so
This is
easy.
gonna
It's
suck.
so easy not to feel good.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, acid's a mind breaker. I find
Acid's not
mushrooms
for
are
me,
more
like.
of a mind healer.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at the time we did mushrooms, and then like I was like, this is going to be a bad trip, so I just didn't take any more. Some guy that again was staying at our uni house just brought a pile of people home, and we were all sitting in one room, and we could just hear them trashing the house downstairs.
Yeah.
I was like, they're literally playing out my bad trip in reality. I was like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah,
it's
that
funny,
happened,
yeah,
the same
yeah.
thing happened to me. Like,
Yeah, you like things start to just make sense to you. Like like your trip like mimics things that's around you. Like it's strange.
I remember my mate, we were sitting in that room, and he just goes, imagine we just opened the door and we were just in a massive building that was just filled with this exact room over and over again. I was like, what the fuck would you say that?
that's about right. Like, that's about right. I remember fucking taking
Can't be
mushrooms
saying
one night,
things about
and
Can't we say things together?
fucking our mates called around on Halloween, and we had taken mushrooms.
Yeah.
And each of them was dressed up as like, one was Big Bird from Sesame
my
Street.
God.
One was the puppet from Saw.
Jesus
One was
Christ.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
And one was a Spartan warrior.
Oh my God.
And I swear to God, like, I've never been more afraid in my life.
You're like, I don't know if you
know?
actually look like that or I'm just really high.
Madness, like, it was really bad. Like, I'll always remember that.
No, it's
Very
fucking-
scary.
It's scary times, man. But it is good fun, but it's fucking wild. Like, it's a very wild time.
Speaking of canny things, I'll show you this. Have you got your phone? We like I was saying about our logo there, right?
Yes,
our, like this is something you would see on acid. This is our producer / graphic designer, whatever. He made this and said, "Oh, this is cool. Everybody
You're
should
like,
this."
it's nightmare fuel, bro.
He said, "He's just like he just showed us." Me and Jake straight away went, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like,
we both were like, what the
he was like,
fuck?
I didn't expect this reaction. Everybody I showed to says it's
He made
cool.
a real life version of the
Oh
logo.
my God. Yeah, I don't like the way the words look. That's
You know what I mean? Isn't that
uncomfortable
just-
to me, yeah.
Show it to the camera.
The head.
I'll
put it
just
up, we'll put it
I'll
up.
put it up.
That's
I'll flag it.
wild, man.
Isn't that bad? Like,
Yeah. That looks like
sorry. But Jesus fucking
Very
Christ, what is
talented,
wrong
but
with you?
terrifying.
What the fuck,
What
man?
are you fucking thinking?
Yeah, it's very well done.
I
like.
woke up to that.
But well done. Yes. Well done. Well done.
no, that's fucking scary.
Some talent.
That uncanniness is like I'm like you have to have good people around you when you're tripping as well.
fuck.
We had this
Yeah,
of course. Like,
That's
at
important.
that time who was just a darker, like just through and through.
And you feel it, like you
Yeah,
feel
you
their
can
energy.
feel it
Like,
coming off him. And anytime
Yeah.
we were tripping, he would just be like, "Here, lads, let's pretend we're in hell." You're like, "Why
No.
the fuck would we do that?"
no, I couldn't be around him. I couldn't be around him.
No, eventually he was
See-
like,
Yeah.
what do you mean pretend?
It's like,
The first
I'm in it
time,
with you, mate.
first time I ever took anything like that was acid, us three, and we didn't know what we were in for because we had
no,
taken ecstasy before that. We thought,
like-
all right, ecstasy makes you trip a wee bit,
oh no.
you know. So had no idea what we were.
Wee
in for.
Bart Simpson face on them.
So
Oh,
we
that's
took
cool.
them
This
and
is
we're,
cool.
we're in a shed full of about 20 odd people, and it's, you know, mixing 20 people on acid doesn't fucking mix.
Yeah, it's too many.
Everybody started to freak out and everybody started to think this garage we were in was tipping upside
It's funny
down.
because everybody
Felt
has
like being
a
on a boat.
everybody has a collective trip. Like everybody,
Yeah.
everybody, the whole 20 of us were like, "This is a boat, and
Yeah,
it's
and
tipping.
it's tipping us out.
It's tipping,
Oh,
and
we need
to go our separate
we
ways,
all
like,
fell-
you know what I mean?
we all fell out of the garage. Like,
Yeah,
whoa.
they all
Like, we need to
got
split
tipped
up,
out of
like-
the garage. And the first thing I remember was swimming through the grass, just like swimming through the grass, like crawling, swimming, and I parted grass that way. And Jake was doing the exact same thing. I just seen
just met
Jake's
him.
eyes, just seen his eyes.
We just met.
And then
Are we in a Bugs Life?
we were.
That's what it felt like because the grass was all up around here. But
We thought we were
fucking- that was
fucking.
mad.
At one stage, we thought we thought we were trapped in like hell. Like we're at
It is
like
just going insane for 12 hours. Like,
Oh, shit. Plug that.
No, I remember that we did it in like this our friend's house, but she had a really old house, so it was like all the wallpaper was really intricate details. So every room was just this old fashioned. So like every room felt like a different trip, but everything was moving all at once, constantly. And I just remember for some reason climbing out of her upstairs window to lie on her garage roof because she had a flat one. Terrible idea to do.
Bad idea.
But I just remember like the garage was massive, it was about the size of this room, and I thought it was like this.
Yeah.
Fucking, I thought I was walking on a plank, and I was like walking in the middle. I was like, "Oh shit!" It was like I wouldn't have fallen. Like it was crazy, but mad times.
How much it alters.
Yeah,
how much it
your
can truly
perception.
alter.
Like,
Yeah.
But I remember like looking at the stars when you're tripping is the craziest shit
Yeah.
because it was really clear night, and it was just like everything was exploding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see wee things flying around.
Yeah.
You're just like, what?
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
telling
all
you.
the stars are connected with lines and stuff.
I really do just think psychedelics is like, I think I've said this before, but like our mind is tuned into, like there's 1,000 channels and our brain tunes into one, so we can make sense of reality. When you start taking psychedelics,
It's like, here's
it seems to,
everything
like,
at once,
here's
bro.
all-
Yeah, it's a way to see,
you know,
way to see.
Here's
the-
channel
there's the
45.
channels, but it's sort of like still not fully tuned into the channels. Like when you go in between radio stations and you can kind of hear what's happening. You know,
But isn't that
I
what they
that's
think
what it
is
like.
happening now? They think that there's like all realities are just kind of overlap.
Yeah,
So
like
you're
fractally on each other.
Yeah, where we're at now, there's like
Infinite.
50 whatever other realities happening in this moment at the same time.
Which might explain,
Which I
like,
was trying to
ghosts.
explain
Yeah.
your thing with the moving jug and all. It's
Yeah.
just another you who at that moment in a different reality decided to move that jug and it crossed over for a wee second.
Yeah, it's
you know?
constantly. There was somebody said there's an experiment. Well, it's like a thought experiment. They couldn't actually do this, but they were like your brain couldn't actually comprehend not being conscious. So they were like, so they think you could get you in front of an audience, all your family, and get someone to like hold a gun to your head and shoot you. In your perception, the gun would jam every time because your brain couldn't
Right.
handle not
but
being conscious.
everybody else would see you like get shot every time. You're just constantly splitting reality to where you're existing every time.
Right.
Yeah,
But they were
that's-
like, we can never try because we're just going to kill a guy. Basically. Like,
That's a pretty terrifying idea if that's what death is. You just experience not dying forever.
oh yeah, that'd be fucking
just
shit.
like sitting on the
hell.
thing and your brain just can't comprehend like dying of cancer. It's like,
Yeah, you just
nope.
in your reality,
Yeah,
you
then
survive to every time.
your consciousness just slips into
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah, your
and
consciousness
continues
splits
on
realities.
into whatever. But then that will eventually end as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
talking about all this crazy shit, did you watch any of that Terrance Howard on
Howard?
fucking
Howard.
Joe Rogan?
Oh fuck yeah! I was like, who's that again? Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
couldn't even begin to understand anything
neither.
he's on
No,
about.
to be
Sounded
honest,
pretty cool though.
you know,
sounded cool to me. Don't know what he's talking
I
about.
ain't a smart
I
man,
kinda got
like,
it.
but you know, I got a lot of it. Like,
They get a lot of it.
Very fucking interesting. Like, you know, the particle fucking computer that he was fucking showing that pretty much, you know, he made Saturn without the gravity.
He made Saturn.
Without gravity.
That was
just-
who made
Without
Saturn. I
gravity.
always wondered.
without
Terrance
gravity
Howard.
written into the maps. So just using, you know, whatever code he writ, that machine creates Saturn particle by particle, pretty much.
Without
with it.
So he's
gravity or
basically
something.
disputing
Without
the
that-
fact that, you know the way like planets are made by like a collapsing star or something where the
Yes.
gravity is so dense that anything that's around it is pulled into its
Gravity
stem
is the
to
main
eventually it
factor
makes
of
a planet,
planets.
and then it makes a planet, and that's what holds everything together
Yes.
from the start to the finish is the gravity. But he's trying to say that it's not. It's
A
more just
factor of
distance in the universe and how far you are to whatever relative sun that you're closest to. Eventually, a planet will be in the Goldilocks zone and will
Yeah.
create life,
Yes.
and then eventually move out of that zone and have no
Yeah,
life.
did not say like
you know?
Mars used to be in that zone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
everything's moving away.
So
you
when
just
it
get out of
was there probably was shit on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
So
wild.
the sun has give birth to all these planets, you know, in his theory,
Hypotheses.
anyway. You know,
And is he? Well, what's the crack then? Is he being disputed, or is everyone going? You're a crazy
I don't know
everybody's
what the
calling him a
fuck.
Everyone thinks
crazy
he's mad,
bastard,
though,
right?
I
But I
suppose.
kind of think, right, even if he's wrong and everything he's saying, he's on a path to something.
Yeah,
You know,
he'll discover some shit.
He's trying to get the right fucking. He's asking the right questions, you know.
Yeah, did you ever see that like Always Sunny episode? Like science is a bitch sometimes. It's like-
yeah.
And then he actually convinces them that to believe religion. He's like, "You're only believing science based on faith of this guy being right." And they're like, "Wait a minute, you're actually right." And then he points out every time science has been wrong, and they're like, "Fuck, I think it actually."
I'm on
swayed
this.
me
I'm on
here."
this side now.
They all jumped over to religion.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Speaking about religion, your comedy career. How long have you been doing comedy?
Some segue.
I think I've been doing it 6 6 years with pandemic in the middle of that. I think it's only been about 6, maybe about like 4.
So with the pandemic, 1 year.
Yeah, well, like what was that? It was like a year, but I don't think there was any gigs for like a year and a half, 2
Yeah,
years.
you couldn't do
Yeah.
stand up, like, could you?
Well, it was so weird because like my mate Vittorio set up a gig in his garden, but you weren't allowed to do comedy gigs, but you're allowed to play bingo. So he just set it up as a bingo night. There's all these
Comedy?
posters in his driveway, being like bingo night this way.
That's amazing.
Anybody comes in, we're like, we're playing bingo. They're
That's
like,
fucking hilarious.
nah, the pandemic can't get bingo players. You're right. I forgot.
That's really funny. Like,
That's brilliant.
that's class.
It was so absurd. Like
That's really
the
good. Like,
rules
I know
around
the
all that.
rules were just like you can eat, but not sitting down inside. You have to be outside. But you can drink alcohol if you're eating food, but not if you're not eating food. It was
Yeah,
very
exactly.
strange,
Like, they were just making shit. They're like,
Yeah.
let's see what we can say today.
Yeah.
There was people in like
was just
I've
a
seen
test.
a picture of like people in restaurants and all with like their mask
failed.
split here so they could eat.
Yeah, I know.
With
You're
mask
like,
and all.
so stupid, man. I know.
Like we worked in a
A lot of people ate
Don't
that
fucking-
shit up.
Yeah, it was
And
very,
then
very weird.
remember there was a curfew for a while at 9. You couldn't
yeah,
go out
what?
past
Yeah, was
9
there? Aye, that's right.
because COVID was more active during nighttime.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck it was. It was easier to
That's
get it.
wild,
You're like,
man.
what?
I
But
know.
like, yeah.
But I just remember it just all of a sudden, no one gave a fuck anymore. It was like,
It was too much.
But
People were just
after
like,
that,
"Fuck,
look
I
how
want my
sick-
life back."
Look how sick people
They
got.
just-
like a lot
they
of
just-
fucking heart attacks here, there,
Yeah.
fucking everywhere.
it was just so intense one day, and then all of a sudden they're like, you don't have to get any of the vaccines anymore. We don't care. And it's
didn't
just
get-
the end
I
of it.
didn't get
You're
any.
like, what?
I didn't get any. Like, fuck that shit.
That's I know, like, I don't think I had any. I think I got one.
I had
and
to
then,
for work, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I got one. I was like, fine, I'll get one. And then literally the next week, they're like, nobody needs them anymore. And I'm like, you bastards.
Oh,
You
yeah,
either,
man,
you either
just
get
got
one
you.
or you are an absolute disgrace to humankind.
Yeah,
you didn't get
your
it.
nanny will fucking hate you, and you're gonna get me sick, and all that fucking, plenty of
If you
fucking
didn't get it,
families
you were
would
just
have.
a bad
I went to
person.
like Dublin and took my sister down to a concert, and at the door they were like, have you had your vaccines to me? And I was like, oh no, but I got one, I'm waiting on the next, and they're like, you can't come in. And they just goes to her, have you had yours? And she was like, yeah. And they were like, okay, come on in. I was like, I could have just said yes. What the fuck?
Yeah,
should've
like
said
I had to get, wasn't like vaccines or anything, but coming home from Spain, I was over in Spain at that time, and see coming home, I had to get all these tests done. There was like 3 different tests over there you had to get done and have the paperwork to get on the boat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it was so much fucking hassle to get them done before I went home. Mm-hmm. And when I got there on the day, literally the woman took the papers and went, didn't even look at
Yeah,
them, didn't
man.
even fucking look at
Could
them.
have showed her anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
I was like, it annoyed me, because I
Yeah.
had to go through and that was a big point to cover, like, so much hassle, and they don't actually care.
Yeah.
They don't actually care if you've
Did you
done
get
it
a
or not.
finger up your bum? Checked up your bum. That why you're so annoyed?
Yep, COVID. just like, just
That
like,
was nothing to do with COVID.
He was annoyed she didn't. He was like, aren't you going to put your
Is
finger in my
that-
ass?
yeah, was that not
Is that
part of
not
the
the deal?
fucking deal? Like,
In and out.
There might be something up there.
I
Something
never
suspicious.
actually did get I never got a finger, unfortunately. She didn't know.
Not checking for drugs even.
They checked for drugs, but not at my ass.
Interesting.
so,
Were they up your
Good
ass?
to know.
I don't think they can.
They can.
Check up your ass.
They can check up your ass.
If you're
if they have.
if you're like super suspicious, like walking in fucking
Clenching your
Bob
butt
Marley,
cheeks.
everything, they're like, that guy's got something on his ass. Like he's
Can't, like in
somebody-
an airport, fair enough.
guy's got something in his ass.
They can check your
Like
ass.
that, man.
There's something in that guy's ass.
But see, when
I
you
can tell, I know these
land
things.
in Ireland,
Yeah.
can they check up your rectum
don't know.
for drugs
Like, kind of when you land, well, I really don't know.
in this
I don't
country?
know. Don't know.
They don't seem to
I'm
care.
not
They're just like, everybody
100%.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Because no, I've got pulled like several times coming home. So like I come home from Amsterdam,
Looks
right,
the
and I
type.
had suitcases and all, and they just like I was walking through with my mate, they just put their hands out like that, and they brought
You're
it
just
into the
like,
room.
yes, mate. lad."
But no, I shit myself. Like I was shaking, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't even have anything.
Oh,
But
no.
no, like so they took me into a room with the guy that I was in Amsterdam with, and we had a big suitcase. And they brought dogs and all in,
Holy
and ripped
shit.
the suitcase apart, took everything out of it, sniffed everything, but they never checked my ass.
They sniffed everything.
Then they let the dog
Oh,
sniff.
lad, that smells nice. No, but like the dogs went through everything, all that shit, but they never checked.
I remember when I was
My
coming.
ass.
I think I was coming down to America, and the woman was like, "I have to check your bag," and she took everything out.
Just like this.
Yeah,
Now you can put it all back in.
took everything out, and then she folded everything so fucking nice and put it back. I was like, "That was better than I did." I was like, "I'm just going to start being like, there might be something in there, lads." You know,
I've got a bomb.
get folding.
You want to organize?
A bath bomb. Obviously.
My mate got, like, when we were like 13, we went to Italy on a school trip, and and he stupidly brought a necklace with like a hollowed out bullet on it. And they like took him in for quiet. They're like, "What the fuck are you gonna do? Let's plane." He's like, I was like, "Bro, why did you bring a bullet to a plane?" Like,
Jesus.
Flick it at someone.
But there is people now that can bring their gun onto a plane, right?
oh really?
Aye. Can't you?
Don't know.
In America?
Illegal
I
to-
think you can.
out of
That's
America.
wild.
Maybe
Yeah.
flying like
Between
like,
states,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I think you can carry
That's
a firearm.
nuts.
You know?
It's,
Suppose you
But
not have to
then,
be
would
like.
that not be a good? Imagine on if 9/11, like some good people had guns.
someone just pulls out a Glock.
You know?
Fuck this
Be
bitch.
like, not today, mate. It's dying.
Well,
dying.
you know why? Because the good people on 9/11 were the ones that crashed the plane. Thank you.
Yeah, I like how everybody thinks they're like, if I was on it, I would have fucking stopped that shit. Like, see Mark Wahlberg saying that.
like, I
He's
stopped
like,
liking
that
him
wouldn't
at
have
that
happened
point.
if I was
He was
on
like,
that plane, bro.
But what about
You're
the
not a
bombs on
character
the
from your
building
movies.
itself?
Like,
What's he going to stand up and
Yeah, he
recite
said-
Shakespeare?
what was he saying? He
No.
would have opened arteries or something with his bare hands.
Jesus.
I'll
that man, the
act
hospital.
him. Yeah, just sing one of his like Marky
he
Mark
would've just
songs.
done
You're like, right,
40
we'll
half
turn around.
pull-ups.
Yeah.
He would have just done 40 half pull-ups in front of him. Fuck's sake.
Just run them through his morning routine. They just kill themselves.
No, fuck you.
Turn it around. Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we
Mark
finish,
Wahlberg, like.
before we finish, I think we'll have a Patreon episode, right? We'll get James McKegney
What?
and all us boys,
Right.
and we'll take Martin, and we'll go to a gay bar in Belfast,
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Let's
and
do
we'll
it.
get this man
Go to milk.
his ass.
Get you some pussy, lad. That's what they call
Man,
it.
Some man puss. Some man puss.
But is he?
The bussy.
Some backdoor pussy. Yeah,
Let's do it, lads. Yeah.
that
but
sounds like a good episode.
How's he
to me.
going to get it in Balaclava?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what? That'll probably work in the game.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
wearing that shit. They'd be like, they'd be into
I
that.
suppose it depends on what gay bar they're in.
Yeah.
Because there'd be some that'd be like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
There's a night called Boo Boo. It's on like once a month, and it's like a kink night. And
Oh.
like you just walk in, and it's everybody looking like just
Okay.
Like
bad
us.
Do that.
Yeah,
Gimps.
nothing
Can we do
else.
that? Actually, can we do that? We'll all
That'd
go up
be wild.
balaclavas. Patreon episode, if you don't mind.
Let's do it, lads.
Yeah, let's fucking do
We'll
that.
pay
Would you
you.
be allowed to film and all?
I
I don't know.
know.
We'll ask.
That'd be interesting.
But I'm sure people are filming on their
Or
phones.
we could
Yeah,
all
you
go.
could even just,
Or
like,
we could
kind
all
of
go to
Snapchat.
fucking
Yeah.
bathhouse.
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Yeah, dude.
Or we could all go to a bathhouse.
Film some
You could film that.
secret
That
porn.
would be truly
Yeah.
wild.
That'd
Have
be
you
fun.
heard of them bathhouses?
Yeah, there's one in Belfast.
So if it, I was saying to him about this on an episode.
Oh, yeah, there's one
there is in
Belfast,
Belfast.
yeah, it's called Outside Sauna.
Oh,
And it's inside. I don't know why it's called that. I don't know why it's called that. Like, but
And this is one of those places you're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
and that's like a real eye opener when you like first
That's
see
like
that shit.
that's like gays get it amazing.
Next level
Gays get
wild.
it.
Please
You
talk
can
me through
literally
it.
just walk in and get your dick sucked or whatever fuck you
yeah,
want to
they
do.
just
got there
go
yet?
home and
You know?
Is that how it
Imagine.
is?
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Is that what it's
yeah.
like? 100%.
Yeah.
Martin-
It's fucking crazy.
what are you doing with your life? Like, if I was gay, like,
Oh, you're
I've
gay,
said this
lad.
before. Like, imagine when we were younger, how fucking amazing that would have been. Like, had I been gay, like, you just
Yeah.
no bother.
Yeah, like, I don't think it could ever work. Like if it was like I mean, to be fair, I've seen places like that for men and women, like swingers clubs. Yeah, because there was one in like Leeds, I think. We literally went in to go to the toilet during the day. It was something where it was like, we'll just go in and go to the toilet. And the guy was like giving us a tour. It was just a big swimming pool. They had like these type of seats everywhere. I'm like, that's not good for people to be fucking on. And he's like, we have a buffet. And I'm like, who the fuck's eating at a buffet at a swingers club?
No, you can't
That's
eat
gross,
fruit.
lad.
That's a Sunny episode as well.
Yeah,
Remember they go to
literally.
the orgy?
Them things they
like,
have
why is there a
buffets,
fucking
like-
buffet? Like,
Is there a
how
buffet
could you
at
eat and
That hungry
Brilliant.
here.
Yeah, but it's like wild time.
Voulez-vous and a fucking.
then again, you might have to recharge, get your fucking carbs
Yeah,
up. You
get
know
your,
what I'm saying?
to get your fuck on after
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Recharge the semen.
Yeah.
cocktail sausages and a 69. Anybody?
Just be shit, fuck all. Just like your dick gets
But yeah,
in
I definitely go to
Just eating
bathhouse. That'd be
shrimp.
good.
Oh
Crack.
my god.
I would go to one of those bathhouses. I think that'd be fun.
That bit, like,
Oh, fuck.
if you were able to, I don't even know if you would ever get in there with a fucking camera. Like, I think they're very like
Right
strict
now.
upon that shit.
Right
I'm
now.
sure.
But if
Right
you were
now.
allowed to, that would
Right
be
now.
a fantastic episode.
Right now.
Just a wee hidden camera on your shirt, you know, like a button.
But you're not wearing a shirt.
You're not wearing a shirt.
yeah.
You're
Nipple
bottom-
camera.
Not, but like, you know,
Nipple
Full on the camera side, yeah, just on the nipples.
Like Austin Powers that come out like that woman.
But it would never work
Just
because
want you
there's
to get your foreskin trapped in any fucking doors or anything.
stuck in the door in the way out.
Right enough.
But yeah, like I don't think you could ever do that because there'd be men in there that like have families and shit.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's been like stories
We'll
of
just
like,
bring ballies for everybody.
like that episode of South Park where Butters' dad's like, you know.
oh yeah, that's right.
But there's bound to be nights where everybody's dressed in kink gear and
Well, that's a gay bar, yeah.
yeah, but not
Well,
in
they
the
do
bathhouse.
different things. They have like, from what I've heard, they do like they just do like, because you go in, you get a towel, you just strip off, wear a towel, and just dander about, do whatever. But they have like full naked night. They'll have like dark night where it's just like nearly pitch black. It's terrifying. Like
Just the watch the Dark Knight.
the dark night, they all sit in the hot tub watching the dark. It's just sick.
Cuddling up there.
Just walking
That
through the
sounds pretty
dark,
good
all of
to
a
me.
sudden,
That sounds pretty good.
all of a
I
sudden,
wouldn't
some
mind
lips
that.
just fucking hit your cock, and you're just like, all right, well.
But I reckon everybody would be too engrossed in the movie to be at that.
Yeah, dude, I went one time and I was like, everyone was just sitting in the hot tub watching The Big Bang Theory. I'm like, this is so weird, lad. It's so weird. Like,
that sounds like fun to me. Maybe not the Big Bang Theory, but like,
yeah, something. I think the Queen's funeral was literally on there one time, and everyone was just like, swear to God.
Just get masks and all.
Everybody stands up in fucking silence for like fucking.
fucking hell.
Well, James, have you anything to plug, mate?
I'll just plug the Terrace Laughs is a comedy club we run in Marfelt last Thursday of every month. At Terrace Laughs on Instagram. So that's what we're on at the minute. It's going well. It's good.
Class.
Fucking
Yeah.
right.
You'll have to come down sometime.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
I'm
For
thinking
sure.
like I'm doing an open mic at the.
What are you going to do?
The Pavilion.
Stand up.
I did it before, like a long
How'd you get
time
on?
ago. A long time ago, I've done like comedy music and stuff, and then bombed, and then I just went into music. But
I wouldn't even worry about bombing at the first.
Oh,
like,
no,
open
I know.
mic. Like it's such a.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Rite of
do.
passage,
I'm
like-
doing 5 minutes on the 10th of June at the Pavilion, and then depending on what way that goes, I'll just fucking
Yeah.
start fucking
That's fucking sick.
about.
What time slot are you in for?
I don't know.
Like between.
I think my very first set in there, I was given like 7 minutes, and I must have did about 3.
Yeah.
Because I got up and realized that I had no punchlines. I was just concepts that no one found funny. Not even me. When I was saying, I was like, wait a minute, these are shit.
What about lighting your cigarette on a toaster?
I think that's the hardest part. Like
Anybody?
the way, like if we're going through jokes or anything,
Yeah.
like it's. I would
The
find it quite
punchline.
easy to come up with a concept that's quite
Yeah.
funny.
But it's like,
But then
hard to
making that into a punchline at the end to make
Structure it
sense
with
is
a punchline.
fucking deadly,
Yeah.
you know? To be
you
like,
go up and
what is it?
You say anything the first time, you don't even realize what you're saying. I remember like a year after I did it, the guy Luke came up to me. It was maybe more than that. He was like, I remember your first set. I remember you had an interesting concept. You were talking about if you're a rapist, you'd have to be really confident. And I'm like, what? Did I say that? He was like, yeah. And I was like, holy fuck.
That's
It's
funny.
like,
That's funny.
philanthropist.
There is something there, though.
There's something funny in that.
You know what I mean?
Dark
Fucking
humor,
right.
like. Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming on.
No worries.
James.
It's been a pleasure.
It was a
Fucking
pleasure.
right.
I can talk about trippy, weird shit all day.
I know,
Yeah,
for fuck's sake.
I love
I could
that
go
shit.
deep.
Like,
We'll do that Patreon episode and
yes,
fucking
we'd love to have you back on.
I will
man.
do
For sure.
something like that.
Definitely.
fucking right. Yeah,
Let's do it.
let's do it, man.
Push the button.
Shout out to our sponsors,
Elevate you the fuck up.
Bud
Prep
Lightyear.
Buttons, Bud Lightyear NI, and Baked Potato NI. Hit them up.
And if anybody else wants to sponsor us, come on.
Oh,
Fucking right.
Manscaped.
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 What?
Look at
Who
this.
else? Who else is there?
This is just a slick dolphin under here, so there's no. We don't need it, like, but you know, someone might. So, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, James.
Yeah, that was fun.
No
man.
worries.
Good luck in the boxing, man.
Cheers.
Peace
Thank
out,
you.
bye.
Cheers.
So leave the fucking cocksucking cheese where it is.
This magic moment.